Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today's problem is curly-winged Drosophila. When made with true breeding, wild-type normal-winged strains produce curly-winged and normal-winged progeny in 1:1 ratio. Question A indicates the genotypes of two strains, make up your own allele designations, and which phenotype is dominant. First of all, I want to explain what true breeding means. So, true breeding, actually when we mate two animals or pollinate two plants with the same trait, all the progeny also going to have the same trait. If we would see segregation of traits, that means that this animal or plants is not true breeding for this trait. So that means that true breeding have to be with if we have two alleles, say dominant allele and recessive allele, so true breeding can be with homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive. If we cross this genotype with itself, of course we understand that all the progeny also would be homozygous dominant. If we cross homozygous recessive genotype with homozygous recessive genotype, once again all the progeny going to be also homozygous recessive. But if we cross genotype that is heterozygous with itself, then in simple Mendelian genetics we would see segregation of traits. 3/4 would be of the dominant phenotype and 1/4 would be homozygous recessive. And basically we have to choose between this variant and this variant for our wild type Drosophila with normal wings. So which one you are going to choose? You can try both variants, but I would tell you that the correct variant would be that true breeding wild type Drosophila would belong to the genotype homozygous recessive, and genotype would be small a, and curly wing is due to dominant mutation. So if you build a Punnett square, you would see that in the progeny we can expect the following genotypes: capital A, small a here, capital A, small a here, small a, small a, small a, small a. So as you see, we have a ratio 1:1, or 50% of the progeny also would be curly winged, and another 50% would be of the wild type. So once again, this is wild type with normal wings, and this one genotype that is heterozygous produce such Drosophila with curly wings. And now next question assumes that the curly wing condition is lethal when homozygous if the curly wing F1 generation flies are crossed to each other, meaning curly wing with curly wing. What fraction of the progeny will be true breeding? And once again, what we have here parental generation. This is also going to be parental generation, and this is going to be our F1 generation. So we have to take from F1 generation curly winged Drosophila. That means we have to cross genotypes capital A, small a with capital A, small a. So basically what is described here, curly wing with curly wing. So let's build another Punnett square. So capital A, small a here on the top, capital A, small a here on the side. Once again, we build a Punnett square, and phenotypes, as you see, would be curly winged of both parents, but parents come from this F1 generation. And now we are going to get here F2 generation. So what we are going to have: capital A here, capital A, small a here, capital A, small a here, and small a here. If you think that the answer is going to be that true breeding is going to be 1/4, this is not the correct answer, because this genotype is going to be lethal. So we wouldn't see this genotype at all. So basically this would represent 100% of the progeny. That means that this genotype that is heterozygous, and we know that this is flies with curly wings, would be 2/3 or 66.6%, and this true breeding genotype and phenotype would represent 1/3 or 33.3%. And this is going to be our answer. So any of these answers, 1/3 or 33.3%, would be the correct answer. And once again, you have to pay attention that this is not 1/4, this is 1/3 out of this 100%, and this genotype we wouldn't see in a litter at all, because this is lethal. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any. Share this video with your classmates, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.